All right, first thing we want to say.
Hold on. All right, go ahead. You got to edit this first piece out.
Check one. All right, first thing we would like to do is say all praises to the Father, all praises to the Most High through His only begotten Son, Yahushua. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and we're out here again on the Sabbath day. The forefathers made a covenant with the Creator of heaven and earth, and we're out here to bring out this word, bring out this truth for y'all to wake up to who you are according to the Bible. And we can stop. So we can come together and stop the fact, or stop the nonsense of us killing each other, and stop the fact that the white man is killing us as well. The so-called white man, because he's not white, he's actually pink. He's actually red according to the Bible. So what we don't understand is our forefathers had a covenant. We got a blessing. And our blessing goes back to Jacob and Esau. Matter of fact, let's get that out the back. Get that out the Bible.
So like, you might have to just explain that. Because this
We're going to go into Genesis chapter 25 and 23. Genesis 25, 23. We're going to learn about not so-called, but our forefather Jacob, he had a twin brother, and his twin brother was named Esau. This is the first time color is mentioned in the Bible, and this is where the so-called white man come from. And what we're going to go over is why they hate us so much, and why we have to be persecuted in this land that was brought here because of what we did. So let's bring that out. Genesis 25 and 23.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So our foremother, Rebecca, had 2 nations in her womb, right? Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So we got 2 separate people, 2 different manner of people is going to be separated. 2 nations and 2 manner of people is going to be separated. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Keep going.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
As you can see right now, we all know the truth. We already know the facts. One people is stronger than the other people. We already know the black people, so-called blacks, what they call us. We're way stronger than any other people in the earth. But in this context, one people gonna be stronger than the other, and the elder is gonna serve the younger. Keep going.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So she had twins in her wombs. These are not identical twins. As you heard earlier in the scripture, there was 2 different nations, 2 different manner of people. There are 2 different sets of people. Go ahead.
And the first came out red all over like in hairy garment.
Now this is the first time color is mentioned throughout the Bible. This is Genesis. This is in the beginning. First time color is mentioned in the Bible. Throughout the Bible already, but this is the first time it's mentioned, and it's mentioned in a whole nation of people. What color did he come out?
All red. And the first came out red all over like in hairy garment.
Red. Ain't no such thing as white people. White is the color of this right here. Ain't nobody looking like this. Ain't nobody Casper. That's white. And we're not black. I'm not the color of my hair. And brother ain't the color of his meat. No, we're not white and black. We're different shades of brown, and we're different shades of red. We call them rednecks down south. This is their forefather. His name is Esau. So fast forwarding, Esau. Well, actually, bring 20. Esau had his name changed to Edom. He ate some red meat. Let's go to 25. So Esau was punished. Well, okay, let's just jump to 20. Let's get to his blessing. So Genesis 27 and verse 40. So we're going to talk about his. He got a blessing. So Esau was blessed from our forefather Isaac. So first thing we did, we had got the birthright. We sold him our birthright. If you keep on reading in Genesis 25, keep on reading down, you'll see that the birthright, we got the birthright. So in 27, Esau was crying. He was like, what kind of blessing am I gonna get? So Isaac, our forefather, gave him a blessing. Let's read it out. 27 and 40.
God, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 40.
Bring it out.
And by thy sword shalt thou live,
By his sword shall he live,
and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
That's why we are hated by the so-called white man. Because of what? Read it again.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Because of the blessing. That blessing went from him and it went to us. Esau hated us because of that. And his other blessing was that he was going to rule with the sword. Everywhere they go, as a nation of people, there's rape, rob, murder, bloodshed, no matter where they go. That's their blessing, to live by the sword. Now let's jump to Leviticus. Oh, go ahead.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob.
So he already had it planned out. He was going to kill his brother as soon as his daddy died, Isaac. But that spirit still carries on to this day, which is why we're in the predicament that we are in today. 400 years later, we still getting slaughtered. It ain't stopped. It ain't stopped. I can't breathe. Eric Gardner 6 years ago. Turning around 3-4 days ago, it just happened again. Our brother George Floyd, the worst type of death. That's like drowning when you're supposed to be able to breathe without water. That man had his neck crushed and with 4 other cops all on him. And nobody did anything besides videotape and say, hey man, you a bum, you a bum. Now if there was any other people in the world, a Chinese person, they would have did something. They would have said something, did something, it would have stopped. But we the only people on the face of the earth that hate our own people. We're not a group of people, we're a bunch of individuals. Chinese people go set up a Chinese shop and they will keep that company and keep that money flowing in your neighborhood, in our neighborhood, and they'll keep it going, not give $1 to us. And we'll steadily feed it to them. Same thing with your Arabs, the East Indians. Just look around. We don't have nothing, but we love everybody else. We have nothing. Go to Leviticus 26 and 17, Bobby Bouchard. As a nation of people, destroyed as a nation of people. Still to this day, we like this. Everybody else is like this with their people. You got Chinatown in New York, Little Italy, you know what I'm saying? All these places, but where you find us? In the ghettos, and what we do, we kill each other. That's why they have no respect for us still to this day. That's why they can kill us, and we'll get angry and mad at them for killing us, but we killing us too. So why aren't we like uproaring and mad at we killing our own people? We're destroying our own nation and happy about it. And we're the only people like that to this day. So why is that? That's after you destroy a nation for 400 years, you bring them over here, you rape, rob, and murder, and then on top of all of that, you take away their identity. And you put your mind in their heads. Because we're protesting right now, we're rioting. Over 30 states, there's a riot right now, still going on. But 2 months from now, 4th of July, we'll be cooking them hamburgers, eating that pork. So right, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate our destruction and celebrate the place that hate us.
Independence.
Independence, what they called it. For who? We were still in slavery. We were still being lynched on 4th of July.
Yeah,
but why are we up?
years to go.
And we're gonna repeat the same thing. Watch. Bring that out. Leviticus 26 and 17. Because of our disobedience, the Father, the creator of heaven and earth, he chose us because of our disobedience. He said, I ain't gonna work with you no more. Because you don't wanna listen to me. Just like if I punish my child, if I whoop him, I tell him to go to his room. The Most High doing the same thing. Get out my face. You don't piss me off. Get out my face, right? Let's read that.
book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
What did the Most High just say?
Ye shall be slain before your enemies.
He said you're going to be slain before your enemies because I'm not with you now. Because you want to disobey me. Keep going.
They that hate you.
They that what?
They that hate you.
They that what?
They that hate you.
You got people, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, you got people that hate you. I shouldn't even have to say this. People hate us. And we hate us. And we ain't even tried to love each other. We did everything else in the world. We've done everything else. We did Islam. We have done all these different denominations and religions. And we still in the same position that we was in 400 years ago. And people that what?
And they that hate you shall reign over you.
God said, I'm going to set the enemies that hate you, they're going to reign over you for your punishment. Keep going.
And ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
That's why whenever you see some brothers out there on the side, on the corner of the street, we can just be standing there. A cop pull up, we taking off. Hey man, I gotta go. I gotta go. Ain't nobody did nothing wrong. It's embedded in us to, we gotta make some moves now. You got a precept? Bring it out.
It's just another example. It's like 5 brothers could be walking together.
Bring it out.
And one of them can run.
Oh,
everybody else is gonna run.
You sure right.
Ain't nobody pursuing nobody.
Nobody pursuing nobody.
That's just another example of that.
Verse 18. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins.
Psalm 17, verse 13. So God has created, well, we just went over, we know who hates us. His name is Esau, the so-called white man here today. And it's been 400, 500 years, and we're still in the same position in the lower class, and they still killing us with no regards. It's still going on. They that hate thee shall rule over thee. They're reigning over us still to this day. You're a property. You don't pay your taxes. I just had to pay my car. My car is paid off for. Why am I still paying taxes for it? If you want to leave the United States, you got to get a passport. You are still a slave.
Permission slip.
What?
A permission slip.
A permission slip. You got to get that still
Now
today.
you got to get so special on your license to get it now.
Yeah. You are a 20th century slave. That's what you are today.
Get us ready for New World Order.
And God also calls these Edomites or Esau, Idumea, they're the wicked of the earth. Bring that out in Psalms right quick. They that hate thee shall rule over thee.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked.
Deliver his soul from who?
The wicked.
The wicked.
Which is thy sword.
So God uses the wicked, which is AKA Esau. Bring that out, Malachi 1 and 4, man. Just to go ahead and bring it out. The wicked, which is the sword. The sword is to kill. That's what the sword is used for. He calls them the wicked. But we're going to prove that even more so. And Malachi 1 and 4. Bring it out, bring it out. Got good? And then I need a precept, Lamentations 4:18. Alright, I bring it out. Book of Malachi 1 verse 4. Wherein Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people, not a person, the people, which is plural, a nation of people, against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. This is righteous hatred in the Bible for a whole nation of people, which God calls them the wicked, and they are called the sword. And God said these enemies is going to rule over you for your disobedience, which is why we are in this predicament that we in today, right now in America. We're not supposed to be here, so-called blacks. The so-called blacks. This was our brothers' land. The Gadites, Native Indians, what they call them. You know, the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, what they call them. What is that, Lamentations? Let's get the other one. Try to stick on this. Lamentations 4 and 18. 4 and 18, Lamentations 4 and 18. The wicked, which is thy sword. And what they do, and they've been doing for the last 400-500 years while everybody walk around, ain't nothing going on. Everybody just living their best life until it's your son or your daughter getting murdered by the popos. When we gonna get together and love each other? We love the oppressor so much, and we hate our own people. That's why you see our women with blonde hair. Where did that come from? Why have we been destroyed to the point where we want to look like the very people that hate us and think that we're hand in hand, like we're going to be equal? We're still begging to be equal. Why? And we're the greatest thing walking this earth. That's what happens when you destroy a whole nation of people. I said you ought to zoom in on that mess. That's unclean. It's unclean. Blonde hair is unclean. Wow. We are not batteries. We're not Duracell batteries.
We want to be good.
We want to be. We ought to bring that scripture out. That's Leviticus 13 and 30 tells you about that. But what's up? You need help? All right, let me bring this out in Lamentations
Psalms 30.
4 and, okay, go ahead. Lamentations 4 and 18.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
They hunt our steps. They hunt our steps, that we can't even go into the streets. Still to this day, they are hunting our steps, and we don't even love each other. We still the only people on the face of this earth that don't love each other. We happy when somebody get out of jail for killing another brother. We throw a party for that. We love it when that new song come out and we talk about our sisters as being bees and hoes. We love that. We love it when, hey man, I'm gonna sleep with your wife. Hey man, I did that, yo. I did that. We love it. We the only people in the face of the earth that loves our own destruction. Ain't that a destroyed people? And yet, we the best thing walking the earth. Can't nobody deal with us when we got our mind right. But as long as we are separated, what they do? Lamentation 4:18. Bring out that one. What they do?
They hunt our steps.
What they do?
They hunt our steps.
When you're single and individuals, what they do?
They hunt our steps.
They ain't stopped. They ain't gonna stop. It's only gonna get worse until you start loving your brother, which was the second thing that Christ said to do. The second greatest commandment. He said, love your brother as yourself. We forgot all about that. No, I hate that nigga. Shoot him now, he stepped on my J's. What? That's us, y'all. A destroyed nation of people. Let me get that Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. 10 and 11. That's right. 12 and 10. Bring it out. I got to do that something right. Okay, bring it out then.
You want me to finish this up?
No.
So what brother was saying about how we destroy,
Bring it out.
and how we want, we're asking for most of the stuff we're getting. We want it. He's given us the freedom to choose, right? Out of Psalm chapter 30. Chapter 30, verse 8, starting at verse 8 through 10. Now go write it. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people.
A what?
A rebellious people.
A what?
A rebellious people.
We are rebellious people.
And it gets deep. A lying children. A lying children.
Bring it out.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. This is what our people are asking for.
Don't tell us the truth.
Oh no, we don't want the truth.
They ain't all bad. Some of them, we love them. I mean, they give us Section 8. They gave us that $1,200, that stimulus check. They ain't all bad. Read that out. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Let's see what the Most High say.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Never trust thine enemy.
What did God say?
Never trust thine enemy.
God said never trust your enemy. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Say it again.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
No matter how good or high expensive iron that you buy, the best quality iron, no matter what happens, it's going to rust. Time, the condensation, the humidity, the atmosphere itself, it will make that iron rust over time. But yet, 400 years later, we got people that would be like, I hate black people, white people are the best. No. I can't deal with them niggas. And they're your own people. But you go and jump in the car with your enemy thinking that they love you. Wait a minute now. That's crazy, right? Keep going though. Bring it out. Bring it out.
God. Verse 11. Though he humble himself.
Though he what?
Though he humble himself.
So the enemy that you think that's your friend, he's going to humble himself.
And go crouching. Yet take good heed and be ware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his wrath has not been altogether wiped away.
Hey, no matter what, that rust is going to show. And even though he might be like, oh, it's all good, you know, trying to be sneaky, all it is nothing but a Trojan horse. Nothing but a Trojan horse. A virus that is encapsulated itself and making it think that it's your friend, waiting on a perfect opportunity to stab you in your back, and that's what you get. That's what you get for not loving your own people and putting other people on top of you. Matter of fact, you putting your oppressor on top of you. You love your oppressor so much, and you call yourself not a slave. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee.
What did he say?
Set him not by thee.
This is the Most High word. He said, don't set your enemy that's trying to be humble by you in the first place.
Lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
He gonna what? Bring it out.
When he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Is this the Bible?
Is that why they in Jerusalem right now pretending to be us?
Bring it out. Bring it
That's
out.
why they out there right now?
That's why you have your Israelis and your Jewish people right now standing in your place.
Fighting
so-called
over
black
our land.
Yeah, fighting over our land. So-called black, Hispanic, and Native American. That's your land. They are in your spot, your position, acting like you. While you over here killing each other.
Trying to.
Right, while you over here killing each other.
Hey, we ain't gonna be up against no damn wall doing this, rocking back and forth against the damn wall, worshiping the stone. That don't even make sense.
Proverbs 11 and 21. All right, I get it. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs 11, 21.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand,
Right?
lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
All right, you want to break it? Okay. That's it?
Yes.
All right. Proverbs 11, 21. I'll read it out. Proverbs 11, 21. It says, though hand joined in hand. So even when you want to join hands with your enemies, it says what? The wicked, we already know who the wicked is, shall not go unpunished. So you are not going to save them. You cannot save them. There's a judgment that's going to happen. It's just like how we got judged at a whole nation a whole nation, God will judge. And you cannot stop God's judgment. No matter how you want to, no matter how powerful you think you are, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how much money you got, you are not going to stop God's judgment. He's going to judge a whole nation of people for what they have done with the bloodshed of God's chosen children. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans today. And you took their names from them. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Ecclesiasticus. Sirach 12 and 13. For those who want to be hand in hand, when that day comes. See, and it's crazy, like, we know, a lot of people know, that the Bible speaks of a race war. It says nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, wars and rumors of wars. Even Christ said it, it's all throughout all the Gospels. It says the same thing. So why would we still, why do we still think it's so necessary to go hand in hand? And I know the answer. Christianity. 400 years being your identity wiped away and white Jesus. Love everybody. Love everybody. Our God that they gave us in slavery looks like the same person that put us in slavery, with blonde hair and blue eyes. This guy right here is the reason why we love everybody and hate our own people. White supremacy. This is why.
Now people gonna be consumed with them.
Oh yeah, wait. And like the elder just said, our people gonna be consumed with them. Let's go to Sirach 12 and 13. What did it say?
I got a short little precept before we get that.
Bring it out then.
It's in Psalm 104. So the wicked is in control. And this is what he was saying at the end of this chapter. Verse 35.
The book of Psalms, chapter 104, and verse 35. Let the sinners be consumed out of the earth, and let the wicked be no more. Bless thou the Lord, O my soul, praise ye the Lord.
Now that's a blessing. That's a blessing what he's calling for. For them to be consumed and removed off the earth.
And for you Negroes, you coons, that want to be hand in hand with your oppressor, bring that scripture out.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
So, you know about the snake charmer? Are you going to feel bad when they messing with that snake and that snake be like, boop, bite him? Do you feel bad for him? Nope.
That's a boy got stung by the stingray.
I got stung? Yeah. What was that dude? Steve Irwin. Did you feel bad when he got stuck in the heart by that stingray? I laughed. No pity, because you get it. That's what you get. So when you want to be dealing with the other nations, when God told you that you are going to be, this is your punishment, and that you should love your own people.
If he had been an Israelite, I would have felt bad for him.
There's no pity. And we make peace with all people. Let me go ahead and get that disclaimer out there too. We make peace with all people. But whenever...
I feel sorry for Israelites, not for...
No. Whenever these judgments is coming out, I'm not feeling sorry for you. Because you knew it was coming. And you still chose not to listen at the Most High. He's giving you instructions. He's giving you warnings. Don't be hand in hand with them. But you gotta learn the hard way. Let's go. Let's get it.
You got heels and hers. You got heels and hers. You know what I'm saying? They doing it, ain't they?
I guess.
It's Saturday. Out doing what they want to do. They ain't paying us no mind though. We out here standing in the heat, giving them the word, and they just bumping music, looking and staring at our sign. Don't want to know nothing. Destroy it for lack of knowledge.
And for all this destruction of God's people for the past 400 years, and the truth is starting to be brought out while they celebrate Christopher Columbus the slaughter or the murder that he did to our brothers. They set up holidays and Mount Rushmore, you know, all of these iconic people that they love to cherish that was rapers, that had slaves, that was robbers, stealers. Which is why to this day, every single Caucasian, so-called Caucasian, that's not in the Bible, Esau, Edom, every single one that you see today, the reason why they're here is because of what their forefathers did to our forefathers. And we just seem to forget. No, it's all good. I don't care if you rape my mama and my grandma and split her open.
Didn't do it to me.
We friends now.
You didn't do it to
That's
me.
in the past. It didn't do it to me. Individual thinking.
Man, that's sad.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's sad.
Go ahead and bring that out.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Out.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
For your violence against your brother Jacob,
shame shall cover thee.
you're going to be very ashamed. Your pride is going to be very shameful very soon.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that...
That's good. And you're going to be cut
I
off
caught that brother right there.
from forever.
He got some kind of eye on the front of his truck.
What's up, bro?
Say, bro, come out, let us for a second. He got, look at the top of his truck. On the hood, he got some kind of third that's like this.
Oh, yeah. That's why he should have did. Yeah, he said come out of it.
Oh.
All we can do is offer.
5 and then we get 6.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. No, 35.
Yeah.
36. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
Wait. 35 and So they gonna, that shame is gonna cover them. The enemy, God said the oppressor is gonna rule over us. Those that hate you shall rule over you. And all of this is coming out now with everything, all the evidence of what they did, rape, rob, murder. Still to this day have not give reparations. Everybody else got Chinese or Japanese people got reparations. Everybody, they still paying the people that's Israelis all this money every year. They getting their reparations from the quote-unquote Holocaust. But the so-called blacks, Hispanic and Native Americans that built this country has nothing. What's gonna happen? Ezekiel 35 and 5.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Back again, that perpetual hatred from that birthright that's still going on to this day. Go ahead.
It has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
By the force of the sword, which was their blessing in the time of their calamity, while we over here, still to this day.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Keep going.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God,
the living God, the Most High God, Yahweh is his name. Let's go.
I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Wait
a minute. The Most High said, I'm preparing you unto blood, and the blood is going to pursue thee. Woo! That precept in Exodus. That bloodshed of the city. If you build a city by blood, you're going to get it. Like that precept. That would be perfect.
That didn't even scare us. We scared of everything but God.
That's it.
Even after he do it to us, we still ain't scared.
Yep. Let's bring it out, man. Same.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
So the Most High said, you don't hate blood, but blood is going to pursue thee. Yeah, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Isaiah 13 and 14. Let's read it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 14.
That blood is going to pursue them. Thus says the Most High. This is not our words. This is not our opinions. Our words mean nothing. We are bringing out the words of the Most High God in the Bible that everybody has in every church, in every courtroom, and in your grandma's house. It's the same Bible. We just reading the Bible that they're not doing in church. We're reading you scriptures that they're not going to tell you in these churches, because if they tell you all this, then you're going to start asking questions. Then you're going to figure out that tithes wasn't never money. Then you're going to start figuring out that all these prophecies have not came to pass. We are still living in the Bible time right now. Christ ain't came back yet. Hard times is coming ahead. Bring it out.
The book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14. And it shall be as the chase road.
And it shall be as the chase road. The blood that's going to pursue these people, they're going to be like a chase road. That's like an old little baby deer. They're going to be running. Go ahead.
And as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Ain't nobody going to be like, hey, you come stay over here, man. No. Keep going.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
Wait a minute. We supposed to be holding hands and everybody getting along. Read that again.
And they shall every man turn to his own people.
God loves everybody.
His own people.
Every person.
His own people.
You're going to turn to your own people in that day.
So check it out.
So-called blacks, you're going to love each other. Chinese going to love each other.
We destroyed.
Yeah, we destroyed.
That's why you should
zoom in on that mess.
He got that big old eye on the front of his doggone wheel. That's ridiculous.
Horse.
And once again, we love everything else. Prime example. We love everything else.
Call a brother
And
over
we'll
here.
try everything. Come on over here and holler at us. Oh, he done got the camera and took pictures. Look at him, look. We're losing it.
Did he stick his middle finger up at us?
I don't know what he did. I don't know. That's the spirit. That's the spirit of our people. He hates us. That brother right there, for no reason. Well, the reason is it's the scriptures, and he know what we talking about is true.
Might be a
I hope that eye of horror saves him in that day.
It might be a hammer.
Because our God destroyed his God that he served. They God can do nothing. Nothing.
That's right.
No life in him.
He ain't dealing with the true and living